The second thing about you that I find really unique is that the energy that you do. I know that in big firms, there's like the senior partners, and they spend all the time making it rain, and then almost all the rest are primarily practitioners who almost abhor doing any marketing. Maybe they'll speak at appropriate legal events, right? And you are obviously very painfully aware of marketing, positioning yourself, the style, not just getting out there, which is one thing, but the way you do it. Tell me about that as an attorney, because that is unusual.
I think that really started when I was down in Miami about, I don't know if it was 4 or 5 years ago, about what was a different way of being and getting business in front of people. So my first mentor, Dennis, I worked for Dennis. And when I was with Dennis, like day 2, he was like, come on, let's go. We're going to a lunch. So I was like, where are we going? And where we went was a business association meeting. And when I went there, I'm thinking, all right, there's probably gonna be lawyers and, all other professionals. And really it wasn't. It was just, it was business owners, people with roofing, realtors, different types of industries. And it was that point when I kept going to those events that I saw, a networking thing happening. But it was at one of those lunches where they put the mic in front of people. I mean, they just pass the mic. And I don't know about you. I mean, drop a comment. How many of you love when you go to lunch and they say, we're going to pass the mic and everybody has to go around and say a few words? I'm one of those. I don't like that. I mean, I think those are, they're not productive to me. They have there's no driven purpose unless the purpose of the mic is to make some kind of statement about something. But there's no purpose driven thing. So I love, what's the purpose of being here? What's the purpose of this and that? And that's why I like shifting my marketing strategies to certain things, right, Bill? It's purpose. So, and then all of a sudden I'm in Jacksonville and I realized, I'm like, how do I get this out? How do I get this idea of probate out there? And it was something clicked with speaking and being in front of audiences, being in front of classes and teaching. Something about teaching and the educating. And that's when it started clicking for me. I did my first course on tax deeds. I had to learn all about them. What do you do with tax deeds in Florida? Eventually you can quiet the title if somebody buys it from the tax auction, unless they hold it for 4 years. But I was teaching all about, like, what liens are eliminated. What is a tax deed? How long do you have to wait if you don't want to do quiet title? What's quiet title? So I think that started picking up, giving back value, giving back information, right? Even like something like this call, giving back tidbits on what somebody can do, whether it's being a lawyer, being an investor, being a realtor, giving back tidbits even to people that don't know what's going on. Then came the probate train, right? Like I said, if I'm going to do this with tax deeds, like it's got to work with probate, right? And 2019, before the pandemic, just got up there. I mean, it was a classroom of 90. The air conditioner broke down. I think because there was too many people in there. And from there,
no, I mean, you brought the heat.
Brought the heat. I mean, I brought that heat. From there, it just took off. And so now, fast forward 3 years later, Bill, because I saw that vision in what was working then, now I'm traveling to all the RIAs around Florida. I'm speaking at the New View conference. I'm doing more Zooms and more webinars. I'm doing the show. And there's a knowledge power. There's a space of authority when it comes to knowing your craft and being able to help and educate others that go through these sticky situations, and it comes back, right? So you give and it comes back. And I saw that with speaking.
It really wasn't my intention, to be honest. You talk about purpose-driven. I just enjoyed doing this when I started. And my only criteria was that I had somebody on that I enjoyed talking to. And if I enjoyed it and they streamed it, I figured other people who enjoy it will hang out too. I didn't really have that. But the truth is, when somebody calls me about a probate now and asks me, I'm hoping for a question that I can give them an answer by sending them a link to my video, because now they see me teaching a group of people. And I go from just being a real estate agent, giving them an answer, to I'm an authority on probate, or some level I'm an expert on probate. And it just shifts the whole discussion. They're not interviewing me anymore. Now they're trying to qualify to get my attention because they know I'm a busy guy and I have a lot. So you're right on.